Hey guys! So unfortunately this month I really haven't been doing much reading, which makes me really sad, but I've just been really busy adjusting back to school and work and all of the things that come along with that. So there's really only one book that kind of stuck out for me in September, and that is Amelia Ann is Dead and Gone. I heard about this book from YouTube, so you might also have already known that this existed. So all I really knew going into this book was that it was Kat Rosenfield's debut novel. It was apparently really good, and it's about a dead girl, hence this part of the title. Now I usually don't like going into books with really high expectations because I'm almost always disappointed. However, for this book, I was not disappointed at all. Before I go more in depth about the actual book itself, we need to have a conversation about the gorgeous cover. When I bought this online, I basically just noticed the typography and that there was a flower at the bottom. But I was looking at the cover a little bit more closely after I started actually reading the book. And you can see that these are actually a girl's legs with her feet blurred in the background. And on the back cover is a girl's face. And what I absolutely love about the cover is that it has like the dirt and the gravel on her knees. The image of her legs on this cover I think is really powerful, and I feel like it's a really good representation of like showing death on the cover of a book, but in not a grotesque way. So good job, Trevelyan Images / Megan Horsberg. I like your artistic talent. So for the content of the actual book, it's primarily told by the character Becca, who just graduated high school and whose boyfriend James just broke up with her after having sex. Which is probably one of the most dickish things you could do. Huh, get it? The most dick- okay. Moving on. And on the same night, a little ways down the road, an out-of-towner named Amelia Ann Richardson was killed. So then throughout the rest of the book, it kind of centers around finding out who this dead girl is because they don't know yet, and most importantly, finding out how she was killed and who her murderer was. And throughout the book a few times, Becca's narrative is interrupted by Amelia's narrative, starting from 2 days before she was killed up until the moment. And it's really great because as soon as you start getting really interested in what's going to happen to Amelia, narrative switches straight back to Becca, so you're left in suspense, but it's a good suspense. And through this sort of narrative switch, it was really cool to be able to see the parallels between Becca's character and Amelia's character, as well as their differences. And I think one of the parts of the book that made it so I wasn't disappointed was that it wasn't an obvious conclusion. Like, we've probably all read those books where we know exactly how it's gonna end, we know probably how they're gonna get there, so it's kind of just like reading words on a page. But especially in the last like 5 chapters of this book, it gets really intense and things just change really suddenly, and you find out all of these things that I personally did not really predict. It's just a really thrilling book, and I think Kat Rosenfield does a really great job at portraying grief and uncertainty in yourself and your future, and also trust. So if you do have about $9 to spend on a book, I would definitely recommend Amelia Ann is Dead and Gone, because more than likely you won't be disappointed, and I think there's a really great story to tell here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very belated video, and I will see you next time. Bye!